right, on today's video, we've got something new in from Zulisy. And as you can see, this is the Oak Plus. Now, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you're probably sitting there saying, Chris, you just did a review on the Oak Plus. And we're going to get into that here in a second. If you're new to the channel, I'll give you a little backstory about the Oak Plus and Zulisy optics. So a little over a year ago, I bought the Oak Plus. I did a review on it. I sent that video over to Zulisy, and I've been working with them ever since. Now, the Oak Plus was one of my favorite optics, especially a budget optic, out at that time. But it had one major drawback. As great as the optic was, having that big competition style window, it was a bottom load battery, so you had to remove the optic to replace the battery. Well, here about a month ago, they came out with a Gen 2 version, and they fixed that problem. You had all the great features of the Oak Plus, but with a side load battery. So now if you're wondering what's in this box, now not only is it a Gen 2, this is the green dot version. Now, I said in the last video when I did the review on the Oak Plus Gen 2 red dot, if they came out with a green dot version, it would pretty much be the perfect optic for the money. And that's what we have in this box. Now, we're not going to do an unboxing video because I've already done an unboxing video on the Gen 1 Oak Plus and the Gen 2 red dot version. And I've already had the lid off of this and everything's exactly the same. I will bring a picture up on the screen of everything that's in the box. All right, there it is. I got the battery in it. As you can see, it is a side load 1632 battery. It looks exactly like the Gen 2 red dot that I just did the review on. Nothing's changed. You got the backup iron sight there in the back. You got that huge, massive window. I'll bring the specs up on the screen. We're not going to really deep dive into those either because we've already talked and went over all the specs on the last two videos. All right, now you saw all the specs. I'm going to show you the bottom. There's where your screws go. Obviously, RMR footprint. There's the bottom of the optic. And I'm going to try to show you how bright that green dot is. It is really nice. Well, obviously, you saw in the intro, we put this on the Beretta APX-A1 Tactical. Let me go get this mounted up, and I'll bring it back and show you up close what it looks like on the Beretta. All right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. There it is. Turned out pretty good. I really like the way it looks on there. I just got this gun back from Matt over at RTT Guns and Gear, and we haven't shot it in a while. And the Beretta is one of those guns I love to hate. So I thought since we haven't had it out on the channel for a very long time, let's put the Zulisy Oak Plus green dot on here and have some fun. All right, we're going to keep talking about this dot as the day goes on, but let's head to the range, start putting some rounds down range, and have some fun. So my first impressions with the Oak Plus green dot on the Beretta APX-A1 Tactical, I actually really like this. And towards the end of those 10-shot groups, my group started to tighten up pretty good. And this dot might actually be the perfect match for this gun because I normally do not shoot this gun very well at all. So let's talk about the dot and the window a little bit. As you can see from the video footage, it's actually a pretty nice, bright, sunny day in Ohio. And I am not having any issue seeing the dot at all. Now we're back in the studio, and I've got this thing turned down to probably about 5. But yeah, if I crank this all the way up, it's too bright for in here, and I wasn't having any issues seeing the dot on the targets out in the sun. Now, the other thing, obviously, that I love about this dot is that huge window. It's got really nice clear glass. I've never had a complaint about the glass in any of the Oak Pluses that we've reviewed on the channel. One other thing that I like, Beretta does have suppressor height sights on the A1 Tactical, and my rear sight is about the exact same height as the rear sight on the optic, so I am able to co-witness with these sights. So that's pretty cool, especially since Beretta does use a plate system to mount their optics on the APX series of pistols. All right, here we go. 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Both hits on steel. 4 alpha. All 4 hits on steel. Damn. 3 alpha and a delta. And 2 alpha. All right, we got 2 alpha, 4 alpha. We only got 3 hits on steel because I missed. 2 alpha, 2 Charlie. Both hits on steel. Alpha Charlie. And we got an Alpha Charlie. All right, one of the biggest things that people look for when they watch these optic reviews, they want to know is the windage and elevation adjustments tactile and audible. So I've got my screwdriver here. I do not want to get this too far out of adjustment because this dot is actually going to stay on this Beretta because I really like it. But the clicks are tactile. You will be able to feel in between the clicks. Same thing on the windage. They're not very audible, but they are very tight, which is nice because some of these optics, when we review them, your adjustments are pretty loose. They turn easy. Now, I've never had one get out of adjustment because of that, but these ones are nice and stiff, which makes most people feel a little better than the ones that turn real easy. I'm gonna call that a Charlie. Almost. It's about right on the perf. 4 alpha. All 4 hits on steel. That is really nice. 4 alpha. Both hits on steel. Alpha Charlie. And we've got an Alpha Charlie. thoughts on the Zulisy Oak Plus Gen 2 green dot. I really like this optic. I was a big fan of the first one. I was a big fan of the Gen 2 red dot, but I do like this green dot better, and that's because I have astigmatism, and I get a lot less starbursting with green dots than I do red dots. Now, that's not the same for everybody, but for my eyes, I prefer the green dots. This thing's super bright, brighter than what I need it to be. It's got shake awake, which is another great feature, and obviously side load battery now, which was the major flaw with the Gen 1. It's also nice having that backup iron sight if you were using this for, say, competition and you have a suppressor height front sight. If the dot were to die or go out on you, especially in the middle of the stage, at least you can use your backup irons. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.